My name is Clem, and I retired as the Chief Patrol Agent of Yuma, Arizona on December 31st, 2022, after serving more than 27 years as a United States Border Patrol Agent. I spent many years along the southern border. I have witnessed the good, the bad, and the ugly of what can happen with poor policies and lack of leadership out of Washington, D.C. Last year, I met Bobby when he came to Yuma. I spent time with him in his campaign. We discussed the realities of the border. Not only did he spend time with me, but as you saw in the video, he saw firsthand hundreds of people from around the world coming into the United States illegally at all hours of the day and night, tying up the hands of our agents while the cartels profited off human exploitation. He met with the mayor, the sheriff, the county commissioner, the hospital staff, nonprofit organizations, the food bank, the domestic violence shelter, the ranchers and the farmers, everyone who has been impacted by an out-of-control border. I was amazed that someone of his position, his stature, spent 3 days listening and learning, not just checking the box in a photo op. As we spoke, he asked great questions, but most importantly, he listened. And as we talked, I shared my vision of border security. And as a career law enforcement agent, it was important to me that he understood how necessary it was to secure our borders, how critical and how part of an integral part of our immigration system border security is. But oftentimes, border security and immigration get conflated, and that leads to further division and rhetoric. So I shared my vision of how the border should be, and that we should be a border made of tall fences and wide gates. The tall fences represented the border security system, the right infrastructure where it is needed, the technology to aid and assist our border security agents along the border and at the ports, personnel to conduct our very important security mission and backed by strong policies. But equally important were the wide gates. The wide gates are our legal and lawful pathways into the United States. Strong and effective policies to allow those to come legally, more efficiently, to enhance and strengthen our commerce, to allow trade and travel to flourish, clear up the enormous backlog for those who are following the rule of law, more efficient means so people can come in who want to add to our way of life. People shouldn't wait years or a lifetime to be able to come to our country for the right reasons. If our current workforce cannot provide the means for businesses, big or small, we need a better way to recruit and attain foreign workers without bankrupting small business with overregulated, antiquated systems. I believe Bobby sees this problem as an opportunity. He saw firsthand how important it was to secure our border. He saw the need to clean up the current immigration system. And I know, living along the border for many years, that a secure border is a safe and healthy border for both countries. That people should be able to come back and forth through the ports of entry to see family and friends, and feel safe when doing so. And as someone who's been around the world like Bobby, he knows working together with Mexico will be key. Being a beacon of hope for all those around the world is a tenet of our country. But so is the rule of law. So consequences are necessary for those that take advantage of our system and the people along the way. And no doubt, I believe he knows transparency and accountability of our government is important to regain the trust and credibility of the American people. As I said a moment ago, I met Bobby last year, and I've grown to know that he sees these challenges through a compassionate and common sense lens, which is so desperately needed today. Taking clear, kind, and common sense action by creating tall fences to protect our country from the human exploitation at the hands of the cartels, protecting our country, our companies, our communities, and our children, and building many wide gates to better serve our country's needs and the good people around the world, helping all that seek a better life for them and their families is important. Our country cannot afford to go down the current border security and immigration path. There is strength and compassion, and there is intelligence and common sense, and I see all of this in Bobby. I'm grateful to know him, and we're all grateful to have him run for President of the United States. Thank you.